Hey folks, well, we're approaching the end of the last season of 2022 in iRacing, and we're starting to get some info on the upcoming 2023 Season 1 build. As of this video, we are in the middle of week 11, with next season starting on December 13th. The new build getting deployed sometime on or after December 6th during week 13. For those that are new to iRacing, week 13 removes a majority of the official races, only keeping a few around for those working on improving safety rating and license class before the start of the new season. And in turn, iRacing adds a variety of fun or usually weird unofficial races to test out the new content. Okay, with that said, let's get to the latest news. To start, let's look at the new slew of juicy GT3 updates. There's going to be a ground-up rework of the GT3 class in general, in collaboration with real-world GT3 drivers. With that includes an updated tire model, so tire wear and temperatures are going to be affected more by your driving style. There's going to be a more progressive tire wear, so lap time drop-off should be less at the start of a race, and produce a more flat lap time profile over a course of a stint. Additionally, tires are going to be more track dependent, with lap time drop off higher on tracks that are more demanding on your tires versus a track that's easier on your tires where your lap times may get faster over the course of a stint. And another big one here is tire change likely will be needed after every fuel stint now, with tire care possibly required to make it to the end of a fuel run even. Now, mostly be felt in endurance racing for sure. I'm interested to see if that will have any effect when it comes to like the VRS sprint race, or in a couple of leagues that I run in, we do 45 and sometimes 60-minute races. So be interested to see how that's going to affect those types of races that don't necessarily use an entire tank of fuel, but do run a little bit on the longer side. And finally, under the tire model, we have tire change and refueling will occur at the same time now. Still in the GT3 update here, we have a new damage model being applied across all GT3 cars. Then of course, it's very relevant to my channel where I do a BOP tier list every week. There's gonna be a major BOP update where we're gonna see mass, power, and brake updates across all of the cars. And finally, there's gonna be a specific real world rules package for the Nürburgring Nordschleife applied to the cars, which I believe is mainly the enforcement of a particular ride height limit that all cars will be required to follow. And moving on from there, we have the introduction of a new prototype class car, the BMW M Hybrid V8 LMDH. For those that not in the know, stands for Le Mans Daytona Hybrid, and also referred to as a GDP, which is the Grand Touring prototype. Okay, so this new car may not necessarily drop with the patch itself, but will likely debut at the very least before the 24 Hours of Daytona event in January, and probably sometime ahead of that event so teams can practice that want to run it for that event. The introduction of this car does mean is that the current LMP1 cars, which are mainly used in the European Sprint Series in official racing, will be removed from the service. And they don't mention it, but I am curious if they're going to add this to the IMSA Haggerty as well. And I'll talk about why shortly here. And then additionally, maybe we'll see other manufacturers in the future, as Cadillac, Porsche, and Acura are also developing LMDH cars for 2023 as well. Okay, and related to all this is some changes to multi-class racing in general. So with the introduction of this BMW M Hybrid V8, the LMP2 will have weight and power adjustment fall back in line with real-world versions of the car, i.e. becoming a bit slower to kind of fit in between the GT3s and the new prototype hybrid. And the LMP2 will also have a new damage model and also have updated tire model applied as well. And related back to GT3s, the McLaren GT3 will be removed from IMSA. That's why I speculate why this new prototype might be added to the IMSA Haggerty series in its stead. Or are they gonna announce an unannounced yet new GT3 car? Or just gonna have to wait around a little bit longer to find out. USF2000 and IndyPro 2000 series will see adjustments. Start off, these two series will be more aligned to encourage jumping between them back to back, with the USF2000 switching to every other hour from its current hourly format. Now both series will run the same tracks on the same weeks, requiring 2 ovals and 10 road courses. Both series will be lap based instead of timed, with race length approximately 15 minutes for the USF2000 and 25 for the IndyPro, and both staying fixed and open respectively. Now looking at some participation charts for the IndyPro 2000, a series I ran quite a bit my first year in iRacing when I focused on open wheelers then. Something needs to be done, I think, to help improve interest beyond community-driven, scheduled, strength of field broadcast race days. And I think this might actually help. And kind of related to those adjustments for the Indy series, are we going to be seeing the death of the Formula Renault 2.0? Now this is a once every 2 hour open setup D-Class series, which will be taking a break for season 1, according to Greg West. While participation wasn't non-existent through the week per se, the majority of the races that go official aren't producing multiple splits and occur during the mid-afternoon to late afternoon when looking from a US perspective. However, with the introduction of the similar IR04 recently in its two highly popular series, I think the writing was on the wall for the Formula Renault 2.0. I would not be surprised to see the same fate in Formula Renault 3.5 in the near future as well, as I will go ahead and speculate now that they will release something too akin to an F2 car and or even update the F3 car during the 2023 iRacing year. These are more speculative and not really backed up by confirmed comments by iRacing themselves. You have the potential of a rescan of Sebring coming. Now that's based on a tweet from Greg Hill, but I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe this get released closer to the 12-hour Sebring event, which usually takes place in March. There's also the potential for AI for the NASCAR 87 cars. Now this was supposedly come out in earlier patches, but has been delayed. Then we have the active reset option for practicing and testing mode. Now this has recently been talked about, and it will allow you to rewind from your previous position on the track, anywhere on the track, to practice certain sections or corners, etc. over and over again. And this was originally promised to be ready possibly back in September. Maybe we'll see it now. Now, as far as new courses, a possible new road course, which was originally noted by iRacing to be ready in a future 2020 build, which is France's Circuit de magny-cours, which was the home of the French Grand Prix for many years in Formula 1 from 91 to 2008. A possible new oval, Kern County Raceway Park, which is a half-mile oval in Bakersfield, California, was noted that iRacing scanned it back in January and February of 2022. So that may be coming. Then we have the Indianapolis Speedway rescan of the dirt oval there, and this was supposedly done along with all the other recent updates we've seen for the track. And wouldn't be surprised to see this come as well. Then also been hinted that a Toyota Supra GT4 Evo may be added to the GT4 class, and is supposedly coming soon, TM. And a few other things confirmed to be in development, but maybe not quite ready yet, are the Mercedes W13, Pukekohe Park, a New Zealand racetrack, which I think in real life is actually being closed and being preserved in digital form by iRacing. Then we have the 1987 Pontiac Grand Prix being added to those 87 NASCARs, and also a Toyota GR86 Cup car. Now this is a new real world series Toyota is running in 2023, and it is noted on their website that's coming to iRacing. And last but not least, you didn't think I'd forget to mention what is possibly the most anticipated and talked about addition to iRacing. Which will be the patch to add rain and weather effects. Fingers crossed. All right, folks, that's all we know as of November 23rd. Well, let me know in the comments down below what changes or additions you are looking forward to next season. And last of all, if you did like this video, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below. And for more iRacing content, please check out one of my other most recent videos up in the right-hand corner over here somewhere. And until next time, safe racing.